Hello people, this is Ryder here with the opening of the Revice Forward Kamen Rider Live Evil and Demons V-Cinext. So I'm actually gonna do this before all my other Revice stuff just because it's kind of been a tradition of me mostly opening the V-Cinexts by themselves. The only time I haven't was the Gates Majesty and the episode of Stinger. V-Cinext is just because I probably should open this one too. But the thing is that I think I might as well just leave this for the next opening the Devil Trigger, because the last two, again, the other not V-Cinext, this is the other stage show ones I've done have always been packed in those. I'm just trying to keep consistency, basically. I would really like to be able to open up True Rex, but I have to be patient. This set, however, we can deal with right away, because of the stuff contained with it. I'm genuinely surprised they're actually advertising I'm actually surprised Giant Spider is actually listed first. That's actually pretty neat, because I thought this one would have been the secondary one, especially because this one is mostly revolved around these two. But again, I was in the review that you will see later. I really do appreciate how compact this box is, and I just, I always really like how they design these. The Last Dance, what is that? You can't even see that. I do like that it has Bluebird though, but here we go. That's 2 layers of tape. I think I might actually have, no. That's good. Because now I can't actually reseal this. I'm kind of genuinely curious what Yeats is going to do for both Final Stage Show and V-Cinexts. I kind of actually hope that they actually just decide to release, they just kind of split it and just release both. For both of them, they release like a batch of new armed weapons and an exclusive buckle, just because I feel like that actually would be helpful. So here's the Obi, you technically call it. And obviously we'll take a look at this, because this actually does matter. This is what the majority of the money is in. Okay, so yeah, they just took these and just put them on there. So yeah, obviously this one's actually neat because it actually does come with a CD for Love Yourself and Come Alive, which I appreciate. Just because, again, it's nice to actually have Revice music, though it now kind of sucks that we don't have Itoshi no Frenemy in physical form, unless they actually do put that special on Blu-ray, like what they did with Decade versus Geo and Geo versus Decade. I don't know. I mean, it's at least kind of a reason why you would want to get the Blu-ray, but at the same time, though, I kind of wish they would just release singles. It would be a lot more easier than basically being forced to get an entire Blu-ray. So speaking of that, that's just the Blu-ray stuff. We'll just go through the stuff that isn't really as important. And then the traditional toy, Blu-ray, and DVD stuff. So tell us to get the set we just got. No way it was that much. No way it was $150. But I mean, I see it. Get that thing. I feel like this was at least worth it on Blu-ray because it was like an hour long. Juga vs. Oteka is like only an episode length from what I heard. And then Geats, Cho Ayusai 2023, Die Ranger releases. We finally secured this. This is also, I mean, this being 150 makes sense because this toy itself is like 50. But it's just not going to do as much, sadly. It comes out the day after my birthday. Oh, and then there is Hurricaneer 20 years after, or 20 years. This one's 132? But by itself, without the metal. So you're saying the metal is an additional $70? And then Seiji Taikai was movie. But anyways, my favorite thing of whenever we get V-Cinexts are these summary pamphlets, or I think the interview pamphlets. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I always like these. I like that they provide these just because it's, you know, a final farewell kind of thing for the cast. Not really, because that's the crossover movies, but I really do like how this side has Daiji and Hiromi, while this has Kagero and Murimasa. Again, like, these are always just nice that they provide. I don't know why they put it on this side, though, because this is clearly the front. Because of the text. Also, I guess, like, going back to, like, Geats, I don't even know who would they focus on, because I feel like they will obviously... I feel like with Geats, I'll prefer if they just kind of paired up characters, just to kind of get it over with. And also just because of this trend they've been doing of just, okay, let's give character that we have merchandise of Premium Bandai and release it in retail. So obviously here we got Giant Spider and Imperial Demons. Then on the back we have Megabat with Ivan Evil Marvelous. I find the picture choices to be weird because it really shows they were really limited. But I think, like what was said in the, what I'm going to say in the review, at least this is using the box format that's consistent within the line, so it's not jarring. And the sad thing is that this is my first look at these types of Vistamps because of the fact I have yet to actually open up. Never mind, I can't get the John Memorial or the Sakura Memorial set because that's towered by my Geat stuff that we're gonna be opening within the stream. Okay, so the marbling looks promising. That's good, at least. We got promising marbling. And for the sake of... Just because I want to get this over with. These actually will probably be shorter now. But also, I would typically put these away, but because I need to actually film myself with the box, and I want to take a picture of the CD. Yeah, so here are the stamp pads. Yeah, so I don't even think this has anyone in the back. But this is definitely interesting. Giant spider, though, is probably my favorite color scheme-wise. Like, I think they both actually look neat. Giant spider I just like for its color. But I'll just do that. That's an interesting purple. These two stamps use a lot of reuse sounds. Yeah, that's literally it. That's actually kind of lacking for V-Cinext standards. This one we'll immediately just go to the phrase mode. This one sounds cleaner, because you can tell this one's kind of like... Actually, it's probably the same. Yeah, so collectively these two stamps only have like up to 10 phrases. Alright. Sorry, it's so like I have to redo the set for another video, so I just have this staring at me. It's just, I'm sorry, but yeah, we'll do this first, just because it's, you know. if I could, I would have been able to do the Genomixes that he did do, but obviously we still can't obtain Crocodile, so we would just do a Genomix between. I mean, at least that's good. I always appreciate it leaves off where you are, so that's neat. Probably should have switched it, but yeah. Well, that's basically it for that. Alright, let's turn on. Alright, now we get it. Turn them here. Oh my gosh. This is not stamping. Well, I mean, to be accurate, Daichi only does this in one hand. Which we can't do. This is pink? Because when we think about it, I don't think we've had a purple Vistamp. And also, I think Draken pointed this out, and I kind of figured it out too, but when I first heard the sound within, like, the toys, it definitely sounded off, and I think it's because this thing doesn't have the auto-tune to it, or like the filter, which definitely is weird. Yeah, so you can't even like access phrases. I mean, like, I always say these two Vistamps are really good sounds. Yippee-doo. And just for the fun of it, we might as well do this. I'm generally dumb. I forgot you actually do need the Juga Vistamp. Might as well grab Spider. So I was like, what am I doing? You can't do this stuff without Juga. I think you have to transform. I know I just did that. I know I just did that completely wrong, but oh well. Still don't like this Vistamp. I still don't. This is how you do, like, this wrong. I feel like these two of, like, you know, over or just, you know, taking the mold of the Vistamp but, like, gigantifying it. I feel like these two do it well. I don't like this. And obviously I don't have experience with King Cobra yet because it's still behind me. But anyways, we might as well take a look at the spiders. And yeah, that's definitely an upgrade for sure. I really like the glittery plastic, or the glitter injection that's involved. I think that's actually really cool. I think King Cobra has this too, which is, that's what I like. That these two are consistent. They're not like weird like one-offs. I like that there's a trend going on. It just kind of sucks Rex didn't follow that. But that's why I technically want to consider True Rex to be a part of this line, even though it's technically not. Anyways, I mean, this one's coming off better. I don't know. I get that it has to be red, but I mean, I can tell this is louder. So obviously most people are going to be upset that this uses the same sounds as the typical spider. But if, in a sense, it's fine because it's consistent with Cobra. So we'll just... What happened? That's weird. That shouldn't have happened. Plus they inserted at this different times. And now we have to do the remixes. This would have been helpful if, like, alright, so that was a pain. This would have been helpful if it had the Memorial stamps, but those are still in my warehouse that I need to break into. Probably ship out now. It's just, it is disappointing that there's no double features. I was losing grip. Like, this thing, or, I mean, I'm referring to Mega Bat, obviously, but, like, obviously, actually, I don't know. Okay, but, obviously, I'm not gonna bother bringing in, like, the normal Bat. Well, I should, but for sound-wise, there's no point in comparing, because the sounds are completely different. Which is, I feel like this one's, like, a good example of what these Vice stamps could have been, like, with you know, Giant Spider and Cobra. But I mean again, that's kind of the whole point of why they made this one the way it is, which is why I think it kind of sucks that this just doesn't do its own thing within the 2 side driver. I get that Daiji doesn't use it, but I also find it weird that they just didn't bother doing. I guess it's because they thought Perfect Wing was good enough. But I mean, like, I'm at least glad that this is, like, at least something different. And, like, it goes back to the Bat aspect. It's just, obviously, with the design of Marvelous, it's kind of weird because this color scheme on this is not apparent because it's using the color scheme of the Revice driver. So, yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's. I could get the Libra driver, the weekend driver. I don't know. I'm not really in the mood to do that stuff. Also, it's just because I kind of wanted to make this one short. But, I mean, if you wanted my thoughts on this before I actually do the review, because I generally... Revice is weird because right now I need to... This picture frame, I need to stop looking at it. Because it's just, like, ruining my train of thought. I think that'll work. But... it's not even, like... I'm looking at it because I'm still like not weirded out. It's still like out of all the things that got me, it was that thing. But basically Revice is weird. My Revice schedule is weird because, so if you don't recall, they obviously announced another Vistamp set, the Glacius, Glacius, the like Deadman's, the second Deadman set, to which kind of means I have to get the first Deadman set. And I didn't want to factor that in. Well, obviously, I didn't want to factor those two sets into what I already have established, which is why I was like, I think it would be alright if I can just push some of the stuff that was originally in that schedule to be alongside those two Vice stamps, because I know I'm not going to be able to get any movie ticket items or movie ticket Vice stamps in. But at the same time, though, it makes my schedule uneven because of the fact, for example, if I remove the memorial sets in this, which are the last 2 days, that's actually going to make my schedule uneven because it's going to make it 7 to 5, to which is stumping me because basically that either means I just exclude the memorial sets and only do the 2 DVD or the 2 Blu-ray pack-ins. So this and True Rex. So then, like, if I actually do, so then we get to the Dead Man's stuff, we can cover the memorial stuff, and then those 2 sets, or just put like the memorial sets in between those 2 Dead Man sets, or we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that we are gonna just have like a random, these 2 random days of just things being thrown together. Because I think when I think about it, I think the last 3 days are gonna be, yeah, because I just realized, like, again, I need to look at my schedule, or like what I wrote out, but I can't because I'm recording this. But yeah, because I just realized it's actually kind of uneven. Unless True Rex is its own day, and then it's memorial, like the two memorial sets I actually still waiting on from buy, and then like John and like this set. I don't know, honestly. I'll ask whoever joins the next Geek stream how we should situate Revice, because I find it weird to leave out the memorial sets because you kind of need the John memorial set to set these 2 up. But at the same time, though, there are like with Geets, for example, we're gonna completely skip the mission boxes due to their relation with the memorial, not the memorial, with the Legend Rider buckles. Like, we've done that before where we just skipped entire like core items within toy lines due to other things. But it is going to be weird though, just to have the memorial. Like, I mean, I feel like it's just because they're the memorial sets and the Dead Man sets are kind of in line with each other, so maybe we will do something like that. And it's also just so then I guess it can free up some of my time, of the time I need to spend on things. Though, I don't know. I think filming wise, I'll probably just film them at the same time. I don't know. But I need to look at my notes again just to verify. But basically, for sure, Revice will definitely be in August because And then like we'll revisit Revice whenever that second like Dead Man set gets released, and then whenever I can actually get the first one. But if we can actually obtain like movie ticket Vistamps, we'll throw them in. But like other than that, I don't think we should really need to worry about Vistamps until, I don't know, some Outsiders content or something like that. Um, because I think I was originally supposed to do Revice this month in June, but because of stuff I had to do in May, or just because of like things in May, it kind of pushed that, and also just because of the fact I'm not getting things, because of the fact I didn't have the memorial sets ready. So, which is why we're just basically covering King Overture, and then this is gonna be the opening that just randomly shows up, because I'm I personally don't know how we should handle the next opening the Devil Trigger, whether or not we should just make that a stream, or we do that as a pre-recorded video just to be in tradition of the series for the most part. Yeah, that's basically it. Again, like I think what I was originally going to talk about, I think as Vice stamps, they're fine. It's just not memorial, but like on the terms of like a V-Cinext item and basically in line with the memorial stuff, I think it is kind of underwhelming. And that's kind of how I feel with the Revice memorial sets for the most part. Just underwhelming, especially coming after Zero and Saber. Saber's kind of hard to criticize because Saber didn't get a traditional memorial item because it was one that you had to update every week. But I mean, it had like, I guess that one gets the upper hand of just having the variety of lines, and then you get the Ultimate Daiseiken, and then now the Kurayami. Basically having those CSM sound specifications. So like Saber is there, but it's just weird for the memorial sets of Revice just to be kind of underwhelming. And it seems like Geats has already started theirs, be it with the sound core ID cores, which I didn't get to pick up. So I don't even know if Geats is gonna do a proper memorial item that isn't the Laser Raise Riser, which that one I'm actually excited for, just because I really like that thing, so I don't mind getting it again just for 2 additional cards. We're almost at 40 minutes. That's kind of sad. But yeah. I think I'm going to end this off so that I can film the mid-year update video. Yep.